And another rock solid MUZKAST experience. Aaron, Dave, and look who's here today. Patrick. He's alive.
ADK, Aaron, Dave, and Karen. Oh, yeah.
You got the Karen cut going on,
The
man.
Karen cut, yes.
That sounds like a special cut of a movie where it's just got like a Mystery Science Theater 3000 vibe, but it's just got a Karen complaining about the movie the entire time. It's the Karen cut.
I would watch that, too.
Oh.
Mystery Science Theater style, just Karens up in the front row.
Yeah, but it'd be Kamala Harris and Nancy Pelosi complaining about it the whole time.
All right.
No politics.
No politics.
No
This is
politics.
a politics show today.
It's one strike against Patrick or Karen. I don't know what we're calling them today.
Dude, you should
Aaron and Dave just went Karen on the Karen cut. I was just making a statement.
I seriously think you should open up your shows now by walking out as your alter ego Karen and just complain.
I would, but then somebody would get a stick up their butt and say, "Look at the tranny on stage," and he says he's a crit. No, I'm just making a joke, man. Just looking and making a joke.
Come
A
on.
little Aquanet and some eyeliner. It was a day.
Speaking of
The
jokes,
beard gave it away. I'm a dude.
speaking of jokes, you see the new Deadpool movie yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic, huh?
Besides the gratuitous use of the F word, I mean, it was done really, really well.
Yes.
It was done well.
It was Deadpool, bro. Did you not?
I know.
Did you not
But
realize?
if I'm going to wear the haircut, I'm going to be the Karen, okay?
I thought it was really well done, and I actually cheered. Well, spoiler alert! If you haven't seen it, I'm going to give something away here. I
If
actually
they haven't seen it by now, it's their fault.
Yeah, that's the way I feel about it, but I'm going to throw it out there anyways. When Wesley Snipes showed up as Blade and said there's only one Blade, and I was like, yeah! I want to
What
see
a
him.
dig that was.
Oh, I want
Not with Wesley, though. He was looking a little rough, buddy.
Oh, I think he was looking good. Yeah, with Wesley.
It's like somebody sniped his waistline. He's looking all frail. That vampire hadn't fed in a while. He's been asleep for 200 years. He had his meals, son.
well, I think he looked great.
Well, that's not weird.
Unlike the person who was at, we went to see the red jumpsuit apparatus last night at Goldfields here, which is a nice little club because they have a patio that you can stand out on the patio and still see the stage, hear the show, all of that, but it's much more chill out there because everybody's crammed inside trying to see the show. And this person came up and asked if they could stand next to me because there wasn't a lot of space on the rail out there. And I went, yeah, well, whatever. It was like teal hair. I don't know. She had to be pushing, I think it's a she, 250. I think it's a she because she was saying that she was telling somebody else after she had her baby and going on about all of that. But she also had a full beard and mustache.
See, that's what's terrible. You can overhear the conversation of the individual talking about, yeah, after I had my baby, then turn around and it looks like Al Borland from Tool Freaking Time. I mean, come on. That's where we live now.
We should have this guy play the new what was that? Whoopsie Snipes?
Oh, Blade?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
That guy can play Blade. Can he?
isn't Blade?
Oh, that's me?
Yeah.
I can get a tan, but see, I mean, I haven't been to the gym in like 2.5 months.
You took
So
a selfie.
I caught the Wesley Snipes too, and so my weight has dropped ridiculously. I caught the Snipes, and so
Have you paid
I
your
caught the
taxes?
Snipes.
Have you paid your taxes though?
No, I don't even want to talk about that on air. I say, don't put that. Don't, I see you baiting that hook.
Well, you know, he said he's got the Wesley Snipes. I figure you might owe some taxes.
Well, I ain't talked to you in 3 months. I don't know you. You could be setting me up. You could be the Fed now. For all I know.
Yeah. Oh,
we're gonna do a kidnapping.
I'm
We're setting you up for it.
My name's not Gretchen.
I'm the new Patrick Rivers, Ray Epps. You shouldn't pay
Dave
your,
Epps over there.
you shouldn't pay your taxes. You don't owe them.
I plead the fifth. I ain't talking about nothing. Mr. FBI man.
Watch, somebody will clip that later and say,
Yeah.
"Look, he told people not to pay their taxes." Oh, speaking
I
of,
do got the FBI. They do want to talk to me. For real, for real.
for real,
For real? Wow.
it's
Like,
not about
for real.
It's not about any podcast that you're doing, are you?
I don't even want to talk about that. But they for real want to talk to me.
That's right.
Are you serious? Did
It's like a big deal. It's like multi-million-dollar recovery center. They into some shady stuff, and I used to work for them. And I know a little bit of dirt. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm all too excited to talk to these FBI agents.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
I wouldn't talk to any of them. Any of them.
I'm going to.
I don't trust them at all. I wouldn't
They're
talk
going
to
to come to my house, and I'm going to be naked. I'm like, yeah, that's what I seen. I've seen it all. You're in Kentucky, son. Come on my porch. I'm going to be naked. And this is what I seen. Insurance fraud, medical fraud, isolation fraud, naked fraud. They told me I couldn't be naked showing up to work, and here I am. Woo, boy.
and he's got the Karen cut. He's a loon. Lock him up.
Yeah, you talk about J6 people. I'm talking about naked people. I ain't talking about J6. I'm talking about naked. Don't talk to me.
Can we have Jermaine doing the plumbing back? Hey, Jermaine's got a new song. I hear you have one up and coming. It's kind of a
Do we?
worship.
Oh, yeah. We're going to be releasing that Robin's birthday, October 7th.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. We got something new. I totally forgot.
Yeah. Rumor is it's
Dude, like,
it's a kind of a worship ballad.
It's called God Save Me
really-
from the FBI.
What?
no, it's God Save the Karens. He died for them, too.
Yes, he did.
That's actually a really, really good song for a change.
So, did you write it?
Well, hang on.
I mean, I had somebody else write it, Aaron, just so you know. I'd just be like, yeah, okay, cool.
AI wrote it.
I was just gonna say
Yeah, it's an AI tune.
it. The
It talks about the creator, but it's actually singing about Elon Musk, not God.
It's like, seriously, sometimes it feels like we're living in Tron.
We are living in Tron. Dude, okay. Speaking of all this, I went and I wasted my money on the new Crow movie. That's a whole thing that we'll get into later.
Okay.
But a preview for it was talking about how the Matrix movies are coming back to the big screen. And it ended with, catch it before it is no longer reality. Or no longer fiction or something like that.
Yeah.
Making it insinuated that we live in the Matrix. And so I was like, what?
Yeah, I mean, it sure seems like it, doesn't it? Sure seems
We are,
like
Neo.
it. You know, that going back to the Tron thing, every time I'm like, where's my phone? I got to grab my phone. All I can think of is my disc. Don't lose your disc. You got to have your disc. Everything's written on the disc.
Talking about the Matrix now, all I want to do is see Aaron in Trinity's leather suit with his 4 toes running around jumping off a building.
How did I know that was going to come up?
You know, we were out somewhere. We
yeah.
were out somewhere, and he had his socks and sandals on, and I made comment of his sandals, and he goes, "Hey, I can't wear flip flops anymore." And I went, "Oh yeah, I hadn't thought of that." He goes, "What are you talking about? You said it on the show like right after I lost my."
Patrick did.
Oh.
There goes. You got to throw away all those flip flops you had, and I never used to wear flip flops, but it's.
Now you miss them.
Didn't even catch it. I was like, "Yeah, you can't wear."
The weirdest part about this conversation is Aaron knew that I was going to talk about him in the Trinity outfit from the Matrix.
No. I didn't know that.
Hey,
So, I have no idea what the Trinity outfit is. In the Matrix.
and by the way, when you were saying flip flops, there's a reason we don't say Aaron's thongs.
Wow.
Beach day.
You should see Aaron when we go crabbing. He's got to get
Yeah.
his Speedo going.
Yeah.
He's all
That's
European,
right,
You
yeah.
guys really need to change the title of that. When me and Aaron go crabbing, sounds like you're hitting the red light district down in L.A.
Well, all right. No, how do I make this right? When we go fishing for crab, no, that sounds bad too.
I don't think you can paint that picture well.
No, I don't think you can.
No.
You can't say catching crabs.
Since
Wow.
we're going
And we can't say the deadliest catch because that sounds all COVID-y.
So, what was your favorite part about the new Deadpool movie, Patrick?
Gambit.
Yes, yeah.
Channing Tatum.
Oh,
Channing
I-
Tatum as Gambit was my
When I
absolute favorite
saw
part.
that, I was like, you know what? I could do with a movie of that. Maybe not him as the main character, but definitely like a sidekick type of character. And I don't know.
Well, if they do,
all that, but I'm just saying that character in the Deadpool movie, I don't know if he could carry a movie on his own, but he could carry it as a second.
yeah, absolutely. And if they did a full movie with him, even the second, they would have to ease up on the Cajun accent. But I know they did that as pure joke for the Deadpool movie. But that and Chris Evans showing up as the Human Torch, that was funny too.
That was funny. And I loved that they straight up stole, and they didn't have any problem just telling you, hey, we stole it. The whole Mad Max thing.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I thought it was great. I was like, I've seen this movie. I know how this goes.
Is Ryan Reynolds
Now,
the perfect shield? I mean, he's doing like Jack in the Box commercials, this commercial. You know, it's
he's
like
got his Cricket Mobile empire.
yeah,
Yeah, Mint Mobile.
Mint.
Yeah.
Mint.
Yeah, Mint. Yeah, my bad.
Hey, you know, hey, I always want to see people succeed. So I don't have a problem with somebody that is successful.
Well, I mean, it's just the nostalgia in me, but I mean, watching Hugh Jackman drop the F-bomb, I had such high regard for that man. But then
Yeah, that
Wolverine, and I know Wolverine's gritty, he's animalistic, and that would be his true nature. But to watch Hugh Jackman be all F-bomb me, I was like, oh, Hugh, where's my greatest showman?
Well, I didn't take that out of it, but yeah, you know, all I think of ever when I see Ryan Reynolds now, especially in something that's good like Deadpool, I go, that's Van Wilder. I never thought
You just took the words out of my mouth.
Wilder that would be the guy, right?
Yeah, Coolidge, yeah, absolutely. And Taj, yeah, absolutely. I mean, you just, that and Waiting, doing the Batwing. It's like, come on, really?
Waiting. You know why Waiting is great? Because if you've ever worked in one of those restaurants, that's exactly what it's like. That's exactly
We
what
just got through doing a grand opening for a local franchise here. It's called Fat Patties. And when we were working on the restaurant, like, yeah, exactly. But while we were doing all the renovations, the painting of the walls, you know, all that stuff, I was wondering, when the movie Waiting came out, how many corporate meetings were there and memos sent out? If we catch any of our employees engaging in any of these activities, you're terminated on the spot.
You know, I'm not saying that people should do this. I'm just recanting my own history. But I did tell my son Shane when he was in his early 20s, I'm like, dude, just go get a job at Chili's or something. You'll have the time of your life. Because it's such a, I don't want to say clique, but it's a brotherhood. That's what it is. Because you're all dealing with the same things. And at the end of the night, you divvy up your tips and you go out and you party at somebody's house and play PlayStation and do things you're not supposed to do. And it was a great time in my life. I had so much fun working at restaurants like that.
Or do blow off the back of the toilet in the men's room.
Okay,
I mean,
well,
whatever it is that you're doing.
I was that's what I said by, you know, things you're not supposed to do. Doing things you're
That's
not
just personal experience.
Oh, all right. That's
So
your own personal
what's the
experience.
best menu item on Fat Patties?
Now, wait a minute. I got to ask because I was going to make a joke and then I went, I better not because, you know, I'm going, well,
It's
Fat
named
Patty.
after my aunt.
I was going to say maybe it's maybe it's an Irish place and it's Paddy and some Irishmen just come kick my butt for making jokes.
No, it's a hamburger joint, man. So I mean, but while they were training, go ahead.
What's that mean? A straight hamburger joint? Does it discriminate?
Well, no. When she did speak, that's when I realized that's a dude. But I mean, But
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you go, because I
forgot what I was going to say.
You were talking about Fat Patty's being a straight burger joint.
Yeah. I mean, they had all the grill, like training all the cooks. They cooked the entire menu like 4 days straight. So, I mean, I got to eat basically anything that I wanted there during my time there. I put in like 60, 70 hours a few weeks ago.
Oh, wow.
And so...
Taking food home for the family and all that?
No. Are you sick?
Yeah. Now I forgot what I was going to shift gears to, but I'm kind of envious. I want to work in a place where I just get fed all day.
Yes.
Yes. Now,
American dream, baby. Thanks, Kamala.
I was sending emails out at work the other day, and the person I sent it to now is thankfully I only sent it to one person. I didn't send out a barrage of emails to a bunch of car guys, but somebody had gotten into my email and added pronouns to my signature without me knowing. So I'm shooting out these emails, and this person responds with, "Hey, what's with the they them?" And I look at my signature, and there it says they them, and I went, "Oh, I'm gonna find out."
That's awesome.
And all I thought of was, man, I'm so glad I didn't send this out to a bunch of parts guys. I'd never hear the end of this.
Dude, that is the best coworker to ever have. Make sure you keep them forever.
Oh, man.
It was a pretty funny joke. I don't know if they thought I was going to be upset. I wasn't upset because I just thought it was, like you said, oh, you got me. That's a good one. I totally would have done that. And
Twice.
they didn't. I caught the person that did it. Why? Because I went back through my sent emails to see how long that was there, and I found a test email that the person sent themselves. And so I responded.
Oh, look at you, Magnum PI.
Yeah, so I sent a response email that says, "I know it was you, Fredo."
And their name's Fredo. I know it was you, Fredo. Take this ring and go to the freaking Death Mountain now.
Well, this person was in their 20s. They have no idea who Fredo was, so I had to explain it to them. The joke's on them.
Yes.
Hey, Patrick, I was listening to, I guess, your latest, Fruit of the Flesh.
Yeah. We haven't even spoke since that release, huh?
No,
we haven't.
No, you sent me a video for it, and I was like, hey, call me, because I got comments, and you ghosted me, bro.
Well,
fantastic.
I had things.
Fantastic video.
It's all Jamie. That's all Jamie's doing.
Props.
Yeah.
You know, fantastic. I thought it was great.
I like the song.
Yes.
I thought the song was really good.
It is my...
You know where the idea for the song came from?
Where?
What is it, Aaron?
Well, it's my favorite 3 Days Under song.
But you say
Oh,
that.
well, thank you.
You say that every time he releases a new song.
No.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying, because I was going to say the songs, when you put them out, these one-offs like this, because I know you haven't put out a whole album all at once.
Since 2018.
The songs are better each time. You can tell the progression of growth, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Seriously, it's a compliment. The songs
You
get
guys got to
better.
wait till next year. Completely freaking new.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, just wait for it. Yeah. But I mean, like the song idea actually came from, I'm sitting over at a Christmas party last year at my father-in-law's house. And my brother-in-law, he unwraps his gift, and it's like a corn shucker or a husker or maybe... And he was reading the directions on the back of it, and it says that you can shave your corn while preserving the fruit and the flesh. I was like, I'm going to make that a song. And then it evolved into Fruit of the Flesh, talking about the worldly things that you get into, and instead of the spiritual fruits. So, all came from Korn. Thank you, Korn.
Wow. Not the
Not
band.
the band.
Korn. And you know what?
Not the band.
And this is my sixth sense of humor. What I was thinking of watching it or listening to it was, man, you should play that live at a pride parade.
That is terrible. That is terrible, Dave. That is terrible.
Yeah, well, I told you it was my sixth sense of humor.
I already parried it. Instead of choking on the fruit of the flesh, I've changed the words to hanging out with David Koresh. So, I mean,
now I know why the FBI wants to talk to you.
Right. I mean, they think I got a thing going on here, I guess. Hanging out with David Koresh.
You should just throw that in the middle of something, and like in old school. You know, when the guy at the beginning, the wedding singer, he's that's the Dan band, but the wedding singer is throwing in F-bombs in the middle of the song.
Right?
Turn
around every now and then. We won't go any deeper into that. But.
Right. But everybody starts looking around like, did he just say it? I didn't hear that.
Man, I see the effing look in your eye. Turn around.
Well, you know,
hey, what?
There's a live version of "I Go to Extremes" from Billy Joel. I'm a big Billy Joel fan, so I really like that song. And now, see, Patrick, say something. Oh, there we are. Okay,
I muted myself so you didn't hear me coughing all up in your ear.
I lost all the background noise, and I went, oh, we had another technical difficulty. Anyways, "I Go to Extremes" from Billy Joel. I love that song. And there's a live version of it where he just slips it in. If you don't, pay attention, you won't notice it. But he says, please tell me why I love ice cream instead of "I go to extremes." All right. That
well played, Billy.
That failed miserably. But, another one that I just thought of, too, is Queen, "I Want It All." I think it's "I Want It All." And at the very end, he's saying, gimme, gimme, gimme. And you think he's going to say something else, "fried chicken." That was the last thing I thought Freddie Mercury would want is fried chicken.
I believe it, given his lifestyle. I think fried chicken means something else.
Oh, you think it's a secret code, huh?
Absolutely.
All right. Don't make fun of Freddie. I really do like Freddie.
He had a nice mustache. He really did. One of the greats.
Yeah.
He's up there with Burt Reynolds in the mustache game.
In all seriousness, if you had a top 5 of rock and roll frontmen, Christian or non-Christian,
oh man,
who would you put in your top 5? Who would be your number 1? You wanted to go first, Aaron?
Oh man,
that's a tough one. Huh?
It is tough.
See, I put
as far as like looks or
just
singing,
all around.
Whole stage presence.
Stage presence. You can engage the crowd. People want to see you. So, like, I would put Freddie at number 1. I don't think you can be a better frontman than Freddie.
I contest that.
Okay, who would be yours?
David Lee Roth was. I'm not a Van Halen fan, but David Lee Roth, he was a frontman through and through.
He still is.
Yeah,
he still is, and I would probably put him around number 2.
And Bret Michaels has got to be somewhere up there.
I don't.
He can play the crowd. I mean,
does.
He's very good.
He's very good
at getting the crowd engaged. Now, there is a band we're going to go see next Tuesday.
Yeah, hang on.
And I got to see him some more.
Bret Michaels would be a top 10.
Okay.
Not a top 5 for me.
All right.
But
I agree with that statement, Beryl.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great I've seen him several times. They're very fun.
Yeah.
And he's good at engaging the crowd. But yeah, I don't think he's top 5 status, but definitely top 10. So we got we'll compile all ours together. So we got Freddie at number 1, DLR at number 2.
Yeah.
Who would you say is number 3?
Man,
I got my pick.
Okay, go ahead.
Mick Jagger.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah. I mean, that's a good. I mean, I don't know if I could argue that. That guy works the crowd like no other, too.
He might. Yeah. I mean,
but I don't know if we could add like
for second place.
But I don't know if we can add people like Prince, because that dude could go out and work a crowd, but he was a solo artist that had a band. So I mean, what are we doing here? Like, because Michael Jackson, solo artist that had a band.
Okay, just bands. Because now you're getting into they're going to take too many spots in the top 5.
Yeah, we need parameters here. So Prince is off the board then.
Yeah, just band.
But he had the Revolution. It was Prince and the Revolution. That was the whole band.
Yeah, but I still consider it all it was all Prince.
How about Toby McKeon? DC Talk. They were a band.
Did I see them?
Yeah.
Okay. And
I thought he's fantastic. Now again, he's had this long solo career. I mean, well, it's Toby Mac and Diverse City Band, but again, it's a long solo career to most parts, but very engaging.
So DC Talk, Toby Mac.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, all 3 guys were good. I mean, you raved about seeing Kevin at that festival.
He was great.
Yeah,
he was great.
And then you saw Michael Tate when we went and saw the Newsboys, because he's the new frontman.
He was great too. Oh,
yeah,
that guy was so funny.
And so all 3 of them really were great. Fantastic.
Would you put DC Talk on the top 5 if we're just all together?
Like me? No, I wouldn't.
All right.
Okay.
What would you put?
We need to think of a Hall of Fame roster, not like, we're talking top tier, cream of the crop.
Okay, so honorable mention to DC Talk.
Okay.
Because I agree with you. Yeah. I agree with you. They deserve a spot, but it might be tough to squeeze them in the top 5. What?
I don't know. I mean, my first concert that I ever went to, and this band will always have a special place in my heart because I ranted about his performance for weeks and weeks after. Steven Tyler. That man owned the freaking stage.
Yeah.
I would probably put him at 5. I've seen Aerosmith.
Yeah, I don't think he's. Yeah, but I
would put him around
he's
5.
A mention.
Partly because here would be my reasons. He's done it for so long. I think you got to give credit for somebody that's been around doing the same thing for 30, 40,
70
50
years. Yes.
Yeah, whatever it is. And by the way, if you guys hadn't heard, he's got voice problems, and they actually the band is done. They're not touring.
Well, he does
anymore.
look like somebody's grandma. So
yeah, he does.
I don't need my grandma singing "Love in an Elevator" to me. I just don't.
This guy, when I saw him, had to be in his 50s, maybe 60s, and he was still doing backflips on stage and stuff like that, standing backflips. And I think there's something to be said for how much they put into the show,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
He did it for as long as he did it, and I think he deserves a spot. He's definitely number 5 for me.
Okay.
Wait a second.
You talk about
go ahead,
longevity. Where does Michael Sweet in this?
I was just thinking of that. I like seeing Michael Sweet, and part of the reason I like seeing Michael Sweet is he's self-deprecating in his humor, so he doesn't mind. Like when the first time I saw him, where he was reminiscing about the Sunset Strip and all the pretty girls that were out there, and then he'd walk up and they go, "Oh, another dudes," because they were all wearing makeup and long hair.
Yes.
So I like seeing Michael Sweet for that stuff. So that's why I kind of want to go see that acoustic thing. I think it'll be more of a storytellers type of show. But the times that now also I've never seen him on a big stage. So the times that I've seen him are all been.
I can't chime in on that one.
Yeah, the times that I've seen him, he's all been at clubs. He hasn't been able to run around or do anything other than scream and pose. But he's very good at that.
So that's the key: scream and pose.
Yeah.
Ah!
There you go. Hey, you got to make sure everybody's taking those pictures, man. Get yourself some yellow and black.
So we need one more.
Yeah, who's at number 4?
Is Bruno Mars up for the?
No,
or is he a
he's
solo?
a solo.
Okay.
Solo. He's a solo.
Oh,
Because I was thinking Garth Brooks, but he's a solo too. So.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of anybody that I might have seen recently. I got a good one, but you guys are going to disagree.
Okay.
Sammy Hagar during his time in Van Halen.
Oh yes.
No, we already got Van Halen in there. You can't have Van Hagar. We're Joe Dirt it now.
Oh, I got a great one. Paul Stanley at Kiss.
Oh, okay.
Would you agree with that? He can work a crowd like no other.
Oh, man.
You're hung up on the
Yeah,
glam and makeup, though, aren't you? You're hung up on the show.
No, I'm just trying to think. Literally, what's going through my head right now is if I think of anybody in that era or any artist that would just that electricity, be like, I cannot wait to see them. Paul Stanley doesn't drop in the head.
Really?
You know? I'm not like, I can't wait to see Kiss and Paul. You know?
All right, but you
get just the electricity around their performance. But I get what you're saying. Yeah.
You're talking about Kiss as a whole. That you don't think Paul is good enough on his own. It's
no,
Kiss.
if he was good enough on his own, he would have succeeded on his own.
Right.
I mean,
Hey, you know, I don't think any of them had successful solo careers, did they?
Aaron, come on, hit us with the number 4.
Well, again, I saw this band one time, saw them with POD, and Chester was
You're going to have a hard time arguing with that.
Chester was incredible.
Wait, just because he's dead, okay? All right.
No.
I'll give you that. But let me throw the contender in here, because it just came to me.
Okay.
One of the greatest shows that I've ever been to in my entire life. Foo Fighters and Dave Grohl. That guy is pedal to the metal from the time he hits the stage. I mean, you're going to finish a show with a broken leg. I mean, that's a front man.
That guy's hardcore. I got a couple of honorable mentions, too.
Okay.
I'll put Dave Grohl at number 4.
What are your thoughts, Aaron?
Yeah, fantastic.
You haven't seen him, though, have you?
Not live, but I've seen enough videos you've showed me to know that
So we've landed our top 5 then.
Okay, so number 1, we got
Freddie Mercury.
Freddie Mercury. Number 2 is VLR. And number 3, Mick. Number 4, Dave Grohl. And who was the number 5 again?
Oh, man.
We dropped him to 5.
Yeah,
Aerosmith.
Steven Tyler.
Yeah. I think that's
a pretty good list, guys.
I think that's a solid top 5, better than Rolling Stone could ever put out.
Yeah. And I think 2 up-and-coming contenders is Greta Van Fleet, the brother, the lead singer. I think he's fantastic.
Yep.
Owning the stage. Seen him twice. Fantastic. And then the Struts. I am over the moon excited to see the Struts next Tuesday. Their lead singer, he's fantastic.
If we were not in this digital age where you can, it's just muddied the pools of everything.
Yes.
I think Luke Spiller from the Struts would be a number 2 or a number 3. Because
as a front man, the difficulty of being a front man and engaging for 45 minutes, hour, 2 hours, it's impossible for me. I really wish that there was a school that come to the frontman school, like Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, boom, you're there, I think and then they teach you how to frontman.
I think we should get Patrick some tuition for School of Rock, man. You can hang out with the.
Honestly, I think it's my lack of I really don't like people, and I'm really not good interpersonally with people, like in my personal life. So, like on a broad scale. It's like now you got to interact with the 100 of people are out there, and I can't do it because I can't do it on a small scale.
Why do you think I like?
I'm not a good BSer.
Yeah, why do you think I liked radio? I don't even like doing the video all that much. I like, just being behind the mic and not being seen. And part of it is, when I was a DJ, club DJs and radio DJs are 2 entirely different things. And a friend of mine said, hey, I'm at this club and we got an opening for a DJ. Come on down. So I went down with my big box of CDs and everything. And I was like, yeah, I got to do this. And I got up there and I was very intimidated with all the people I could, look down upon. And I went, everybody's relying on me for the party. And I hated it.
Dave stands above from his shire, looking down upon the peasants, waiting for the Van Hagar. Play the Van Hagar!
I'll be honest, Patrick. I thought you were fantastic as a front man.
Well, thank you.
Live. The song where it's Come On, the roller coaster one. I forget which one.
Did you play Roller Coaster?
I'm pretty sure that's the Chili Pepper. I'm pretty sure that's the Chili Peppers, bub.
No,
Love Roller Coaster.
It's
Did
your
you play
song.
Love Roller Coaster?
Your song that talks
I know
about
it's my song, Aaron.
come on board. Man.
Oh, bring out your dead.
Yeah, bring out your dead. I was like, how is he going to pull this off? Where you're like the ringmaster and all that. And I thought, wow, that was really good. I thought that would be a tough song to pull off live. I thought you did a great job. I thought the crowd was engaged to what you had to say in between songs.
Do you have a ringmaster costume that you wear when you do that? Do you?
No, I do have a ringmaster costume, but I don't wear it. I mean, we haven't even really dressed up for a show in forever.
You should totally, man. I you know me. I think of great ways to start shows or stuff that I'd like to see to start a show, because I think when you start a rock show, you got to start with a huge bang. Just punch them right in the face.
Well, honestly, to be quite honest, with the small crowd size at the places that we play, and where we're not a headlining band, we're like mid-tier band. There's no point in going all balls out for 45 minutes when it's just like people aren't even there to see you anyway. And while I understand that would be a great selling point, and that would garner the attention, but normally, again, the crowd sizes that we played to, you got 50 people there and like 39 of them are somewhere else. I mean, it's like
I disagree. I say you come out playing Bring Out Your Dead in the ringmaster costume, maybe a whip even, kind of Alice Cooper.
Whip. You got weird there.
Yeah, no, because ringmasters, they always had a whip, right? You got the top hat, the whole thing. I can see it in my head.
Yeah, but you just went straight Pulp Fiction.
No.
The gimp.
No, I was going more Alice Cooper, but and then just bang out that song, because even if it's 10 people that are watching you, at least one of them is recording it, and those 10 people are going to go, oh man, you missed this great show. I mean, I never heard of them, but man, I got a perfect example, at least my example. This band called Crash Karma. We saw them open up for GFM and Fozzy. And it's just the dude and his wife. But man, what a great show. What a great show.
They were naked.
No, they weren't.
Oh, sorry, I was at the wrong show then. My bad.
Yes. Yeah, you're at the wrong show.
So now that we got our top 5 frontmen,
you had a couple honorable mentions.
Well, Scott Whalen during his, because I never got to see him in STP, but during his stint in Velvet Revolver, when I saw that, I was like, get rid of Axl and put Guns N' Roses back together with this guy.
Right.
That he knew how to work that stage. He was fantastic. And then who else have I seen? Well, Luke Spiller from the Struts. He's awesome. I love Sammy Hagar as a frontman. Those 80s era. I go watch. You could probably find it on YouTube. Go watch Van Halen Live Without a Net. It's the full concert from like '86, and Sammy is running all over the stage. And at one point, he climbs up all the way to the top of the stadium on the scaffolding, and he's swinging around.
Yeah, but that's when Sammy was trying to keep up with. I got to live up to this expectation, because if you think back, I think it was Lollapalooza that Eddie Vedder did the exact same thing, climbed up on the daggone truss rod. I mean, he was up there just swinging around with his microphone hanging and just going nuts, and it's just like, all right. But again, but to what you were saying, that's when bands had energy, though, man.
Yeah,
bands would run out on stage and just leave it all out there. Nobody does that anymore.
I thought about this, Aaron. Not Aaron. Patrick, you're gonna laugh, but we went to see Donny Osmond last week, and it was a great show.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
I'm trying not to laugh.
Oh, it was a great show.
Yeah.
but what he did was he told his 60-year career through song and videos and stuff. And so while I was watching the screens of all these videos and everything, I was thinking to myself, you know, bands don't even, and we saw Sammy Hagar the next night. And I was like, you guys don't have to tour with these huge light setups anymore and all. You got a screen. Like the lights are on the screen. Everything's on the screen. And I think that bands rely more on that screen now than they did just doing a Led Zeppelin and going out there and playing, or the Who.
Absolutely.
Because they didn't have
a lot of bands rely on their tracks more than they rely on. We were at a festival. I'm not going to say which festival, but we were out midsummer.
That means Patrick upset somebody.
Actually, it doesn't. That doesn't mean that at all.
Oh,
it's
okay.
actually very well behaved at this place. But
they're just not
talking to the sound. Actually, we've been put on rotation for because they're doing a rolling festival, and next year, and it's pretty huge. Thank you. We've been put on the roster, Dave. Now, what was I going to say? Oh yeah. So this band got up and they were sound checking, and the sound. I looked over at the sound man. I know him pretty well, and Jamie was there, and he's like, he was just shaking his head, and Jamie asked, "What's up? What's wrong?" Like, it's all just karaoke. It's all karaoke. The only thing that is live there is the vocals, and because the entire band that was on stage was, and of course the drums weren't mic'd, or at least the mics weren't turned up. It was all karaoke. It was all miming, Milli Vanilli crap.
Wow.
And so while we have to run drum tracks because we don't have a drummer, and we put a little bit of ear candy, but the guitars and the vocals, they're all real. They're all legit. But I mean, this guy was I was like, so why are they on stage then if they're just basically hitting play and doing what we did in our bedroom at 7 years old?
Right.
Well, they seem to be liked. It doesn't make sense. I don't care how much they're liked.
Well,
play your music.
You know, I have an opinion about tracks. First of all, because I've learned this doing this show and talking to different bands and stuff. If it works for you, it works for you. You know, you're missing a bass player or whatever, and you're filling in. Even the Protest talked about it. You're filling in with a track for. Hey, if it makes it work, great. The rest of you are doing your thing and all that. I remember back in the day, Janet Jackson was being accused. This was back during like the Rhythm Nation era, and she was being accused of lip syncing. And she just came straight out and said, "Yeah, I'm lip syncing because look at the show I'm putting on. You can either watch me dance or you can watch me sing. I can't do both because it's so physical. You wouldn't get a
Get on the treadmill, Janet. Work on the cardio, Janet."
But we saw Paula Abdul open up for New Kids on the Block, and you know, her music was entirely tracks, so pretty much karaoke.
Then why isn't there an uproar that you guys didn't see Top Cat there?
I was disappointed that Top Cat, because they had DJ Jazzy Jeff there, and I was like, why wouldn't you?
Matter.
Well, he was okay, but
why would you opposite attracts things with the cat?
Why? Yeah, why not have somebody rap the Top Cat part? And she didn't. But I will say, and she mentioned it several times, as she went down for her oxygen, because it was like 110 degrees out. She's like, I'd like to see any of you do this at 63 or whatever age she was. She was fantastic. She looked good. She still danced around.
She wasn't going down for oxygen. She was going down for a Depends change, bro. She got to get them undergarments straight.
It was hot that day, I will say that. New Kids put on a pretty good show.
They were all tracks too, but their music
yeah, but it's a boy band. I mean, you ever seen a band?
They're hanging tough.
Oh, and he knows the dance too.
Yes,
yes, and you know, this is my third New Kids show, and I am tasked with one thing at all these New Kids shows.
Never say that again.
Taking pictures and videos. That's my job at the New Kids show. So at one point, the New Kids came out into the crowd right where we were sitting, and of course, all the women went nuts, nuts.
It's like, oh, look, the failed Wahlberg. He's had a few acting jobs. Well, I guess he's not failed. He's had some pretty good acting jobs. I take it back.
Yeah, he's a pretty big draw in that band or group.
He is now almost the front man, the leader.
Yeah, here's what I would tell anybody that's
he beat everybody up. He said, "Listen, if you don't let me front man this thing, I'm gonna call Marky Mark, and he's gonna come over. He's gonna stomp some tail. So who's hanging tough now?"
Yeah, he's gonna get funky on your bunch.
That's right.
Whoa! Again, bring out the gimp. I mean, that's the right stuff right there, buddy. You nailed that one too.
Dave? So, what's your advice?
I don't remember what my advice is.
Okay.
Anybody that
clearly is the new kids.
Yeah, anybody that's sitting here mocking the new kids like Karen Rivers over here, go see a show with your wife. You'll find out that they're very entertaining.
They are
very entertaining, even if you don't like the music, which you don't. They're very entertaining, and they know how to put on a good show. So yeah, I have no problem going to see New Kids.
And anytime you get a chance to see Donny Osmond,
very entertaining. Yes, totally worth the $25 spent.
Oh yes, it was great.
It was a good show.
It was fantastic.
I mean, I was kind of
a sellout crowd for Donny.
There was a lot of people there.
It was pretty full.
They all had walkers and wheelchairs, but.
And you guys have seen 2 Donnies in like 2 weeks, so I mean, it's like you got Donnie Wahlberg, you got Donny Osmond.
Here's the one thing that I learned: I had no idea that Elvis was pretty close to the Osmond family.
Yeah, Donny Osmond told some pretty good stories.
Yes,
that was the funny part. He was very relatable. You could tell that there's certain people that I see that I can tell they're just doing their job. Like Angus Young is one of them. The guy's just super focused with what he's doing on stage. It's his job. That's what he does. He's not real interacting with the crowd or anything like that. And that's the way Donny was.
Rehearsed.
Yeah. I mean, you could tell he knew this from beginning to end. It was all rehearsed. It was all scripted. Everything ran on time. The dude's a professional when it comes to that.
I think we forgot one. A person we just saw in concert, as far as frontman or front woman.
Sure.
If Lindsay Hale becomes a part of Skid Row, she's gonna go almost straight to the top 5.
I'm gonna.
Wait a second. That's. I knew that she did a few songs with the band. Is that on the table? Because I thought Sebastian patched things up with Skid Row.
He didn't patch anything up.
He's a jerk.
Yeah.
And he always.
I know he's a jerk.
Of course, I will say his new song, he put out, is pretty darn good. But
terrible.
Okay.
You said terrible wrong.
Thanks, Karen. Anyhow,
here to hell. I want to speak to a music manager now.
Sorry, I am the manager. This is Guitar Center.
So talking about Lizzie.
Yeah, so apparently what happened, the story, or at least their story, is that their front man had some sort of health issues, had to drop out mid-tour. And there were 4 dates left on the tour. They had postponed it for about 6 months. And we were the last date or the second to the last date on the tour.
The last date.
Yeah. And it went from being a half-sold show to a sold-out show once they announced Lizzie. But
pretty fast.
Yeah.
That was like, boom.
And
I mean, we could have sold our tickets for probably 3 to 4 times of what we paid for them.
It was fantastic.
What?
Now, Stephen Piercy of Rat opened, and Stephen has got to hang it up, man. Your best days are behind you.
Round and round, comes around, goes around. Wait, where am I? I'm dizzy now.
Again, I thought he was fair. It wasn't good, but I thought he was fair. You know, and
I want to remember Stephen Piercy, from 80s Rat.
Don't we always want to remember
I think that's why I was so disappointed, though.
Yeah.
Because he just looks like a 60-year-old aging rock star that's done too many drugs.
Dude, you didn't see that from the Geico commercial that they did a few years back?
Well, he was
rough business.
He was wearing a bandana, so I couldn't tell.
Yeah.
Ha!
But
Like who's that other freaking rocker that's just gross and he's a skeleton and he was in like the second
Iggy
Crow
Pop?
movie, Salvation.
Iggy Pop?
Pop, that's him.
Yeah.
Yes.
That dude's always been gross like that.
Yeah,
I
put
remember-
a shirt on, bro. Come on.
I remember seeing a video of his on MTV in the 80s. You know, the first time I was like, who is this guy? And even then I was like, ugh, put a shirt on, bro.
Yeah, I don't care what your anatomy teacher tells you. There are skeletons with abs because Iggy Pop is it.
Yeah, well, drugs do a
Gross.
lot of good.
Methamphetamine. It's what's for breakfast.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, hey, have you seen that video of
How does that segue into this?
listen,
Methamphetamine. That's what's for breakfast.
have you seen that video of Hitler at the Olympic Games and he's on
No.
meth? Oh, you haven't seen that? You
Oh,
gotta
where he's like this, and
do it.
just
He's going like this while he's watching the games because he's all methed
Yeah.
out of his mind.
I thought you were talking about a parody video, but yeah, I remember the black and white.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I take back my harsh statement about how does that segue. That was great. Yeah,
It
well
wasn't
played.
a good segue. Wait, thank you. High five. Now, how do I segue out of it? Oh, let's talk about.
We're on the meth train now, buddy.
Let's talk about Scott Whelan now.
Whoa, whoa. Okay,
Well-
here we are. Here we are, folks.
Is it Whelan or Weiland? I never really knew.
I've always heard Wyland.
Okay.
Never heard Wheeland until I heard from Californians.
Yeah, well, he's hella cool out here in NorCal. Aaron
Yeah, he is
understands.
because he's dead.
Well, he was a great frontman. Oh, I was going to shift back into, we came up with our top 5 groups. How about, since we were talking about top 5 solo frontmen?
Elvis, number 1 all the way through.
Really?
He's still making millions off his freaking albums.
Yeah, but I mean, he's a great frontman, but I don't know if he's number 1.
No, he's number 1. He is the king of rock and roll.
I'm putting Prince on number 1.
Dude, Elvis started it. Elvis is the reason that we have the music that we have today. Elvis is the reason that we have a Prince, that we have a Michael Jackson.
Yeah, but isn't I would argue that while he is the reason that we have that stuff, others have done it better than him.
You can't take the paterfamilias out of it and say, okay. You can't
Well,
take the founder of KF. You can't take Colonel Sanders and make him not exist anymore and expect to have the 10-piece family meal. You can't, and it'd be as good. You can't. You can't.
Well,
These
the
are
Model
not
T,
the chickens you're looking for.
Henry Ford created the Model T, but there's a lot of people doing better than Ford nowadays.
So we're
He's
I'm agreeing with Patrick. Elvis is the king.
All right, I'll acquiesce.
you can't spend 10 years in Vegas doing the same show for 10 years and continually sold out crowds and not have something besides a drug addiction, you know?
Yeah, but if the Beatles hadn't broken up, they could have done 10 years in Vegas easy. Sold out crowd.
Well, if I hadn't eaten that gas station sushi, I wouldn't have had diarrhea that one day, but here we are.
That's good. I was going to think of something else to say. Who's number 2 then?
Hey,
Is Prince number 2?
Yeah. Where's
Michael Jackson?
I got to throw this in real fast. So find it on streaming wherever you can find it. Elvis Meets Nixon. It's a Showtime movie, and it's hysterical. And it's
I
almost...
thought about watching that.
It's so good. It's so funny because Elvis, it follows him around, and he starts to realize that the times have moved on from Elvis, and he goes into a record store on the Sunset Strip, and he asks where the Elvis records are, and they go, "Oh yeah, we keep them in the back in the bargain bin."
And who did they cast as Elvis that was terribly a horrible casting for that?
I don't remember.
I want to say it was Kevin Spacey they cast as Elvis for that.
I don't think so, but they
Terrible casting.
I know that Booger, the guy who played Booger in the Nerds movie, what's his name? Curtis something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's always boogered.
He's always Booger. He plays like Elvis's best friend in there or something like that. So I would think that he's the biggest star that I would recognize out of that movie.
Which,
But
ironically,
anyway.
he's also cast as Booger in that movie, too. He's Elvis's Booger. His Booger Sugar. He's the coke dealer.
He was Booger in Old School, too.
So I got about 5 minutes left. So who's our number 2? Is it Michael? Or, I mean, Prince?
Yeah, number 2 is Prince.
Okay,
Gotta
number 3 is
I can test that, too. How are you going to put Prince above Michael?
Okay.
Oh, come on. Come on.
Prince.
Really?
I would put Michael number 3.
Prince, Super Bowl, halftime,
Yeah.
playing in the rain. Okay.
Michael's Super Bowl halftime was the most... That changed the game of halftime shows.
You are correct with that. But I
Once
think
again,
Prince
I
is
go
better.
back to my argument of Henry Ford created the Model T, but Mercedes is doing it better now.
All right. Number 2, 3, we can argue
I
who's or what.
acquiesced on Elvis. I think you got to give me Prince.
Is there who's number
I gotta
4?
give you nothing, California.
Is there a lady we should throw in there?
Garth Brooks. No, Garth Brooks. Garth Brooks is on the list.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a great frontman.
Yes.
Yeah, number
Garth
4,
Brooks
Garth
is
Brooks.
4. Okay.
And number 5, you want to throw a woman in there?
Well,
Who's a great-
is there like
don't know.
Madonna? Is Madonna
No.
okay? All right.
No. Have you seen that
What
train
about
wreck?
Dolly?
We're not talking about the train wreck now, but Dolly's a good suggestion too.
Yeah.
I mean, her boobs drew in 10,000 people alone to those stadiums. I mean, that's 5,000 a boob.
Yeah.
5,000 a boob. That's power.
They call
if you
her-
can have my salt of the earth grandpa talking about Dolly's boobs, then yeah, she's done something.
Aaron, that's what they call the Appalachian Mountains.
I think Dolly named her boobs. The left one is 9 and the right one's 5. 9 to 5.
Oh man, I again, I mean, there's Reba McEntire. She's a long career in country music, but again,
I don't think that makes you
is
a great
Bruno's
front
okay,
person, though.
Okay, is Bruno Mars number 5? I mean, the guy's fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's a guy that
There's a rapper. What we forgot Run DMC.
oh, well, they don't really they
Nah.
both they don't have like a
Snoop.
front man.
Snoop.
Snoop?
If you're going to go rap, go Snoop.
You're gonna go Snoop when you got people like 50 Cent out there.
Yeah.
I've never been to a full blown rap concert either because I'm super white. So I just really wanted to sound cool by throwing rappers in there.
Well, they don't come to your part of town because they're afraid.
They're not afraid here. I think we really got to edit everything you just said right out of this video.
So who's
Isn't that
who's
odd?
number-
Patrick wants to edit me.
Yeah. So yeah, we saw Snoop and Ice
Snoop and
Cube,
Cube and Too Short.
Yeah, but
Too Short wasn't great.
Ice Cube was fantastic.
Cube was
a lot
awesome.
better than Snoop.
Really? You think so?
Yes.
All right. I love Cube, so
Yeah.
uh,
So I mean, I think Bruno Mars has got to be in the conversation.
hey,
Somewhere.
one around for number 5. You say Bruno Mars. What do you
Okay.
say, Patrick?
I don't believe you. I'll just watch.
Oh, come on. Don't be non-committal
You didn't
like
even
that.
catch the joke. I don't believe you. I'll watch
I
Bruno
don't know.
Mars. Don't believe me. Just watch. You guys suck.
Oh.
Oh man.
Maybe it was the joke that sucked.
Yes. So who's your number
Could
5?
have been
then?
a mixture of both.
Oh, Andy froze up. What'd you
Yes.
say? Say that again, Patrick.
I said it could have been a mixture of both, the joke and the.
Yeah, no, it was just the joke.
Yeah. So go ahead, Dave. Who's your number 5?
Man, I've seen a lot of people. Tom
It's
Petty
gonna
was
be Taylor
great.
Swift.
Well,
Tom
okay.
Petty was great.
Well, wasn't that a band? Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
He was a solo.
Okay.
He had the Heartbreakers. That's like Uncle Jesse and the Rippers. Come on.
Or like Prince and the Revolution. Oh, come on.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift.
Just because we saw him recently and I mentioned it in the last go around. I'm going to throw Sammy Hagar in as my
Okay.
number 5 because the guy's solid. He knows how to work the crowd. He can even set the tone in the crowd, as you can tell. He can take it from a rocker. He can take it from a rocker that just hanging out with Sammy.
My only problem with Sammy is he has an issue with the rules because he can't drive 55, so he doesn't care about the well-being of the other drivers on the road.
Okay, Karen.
Exactly. See how I full circled that? Huh? I need to speak to a traffic cop now.
I thought we were getting Patrick Rivers today. We got Karen Rivers today.
Now, by the way,
Absolutely, you did.
we got a little special treat at the Sammy Hagar show when his friend Guy Fieri, who's from Sacramento, came out on stage.
That was
What?
I was trying to figure out who that was.
Oh, you didn't know who it was? It's Guy Fieri.
I couldn't figure it was
Welcome
him.
to Flavortown, Aaron.
Yeah.
Singer of Loverboy.
Well, okay, yeah,
because they look similar.
Loverboy opened
Yeah.
up for Sammy.
Yes.
And
Their lead singer looks
yeah,
familiar.
he looks,
Plus, with
he's got
my
fat-
55-year-old eyes.
Yeah,
and
he's
stuff.
got. Yeah, the Loverboy lead singer is fat and he's got spiky blonde hair.
I did not know Guy was from.
Smash Mouth guy who's dead.
I didn't know he was from Sacramento.
You didn't know that
either. No, I did not.
I ate at his restaurant here, Johnny Garlic's, twice, and it sucked both times. And I was not disappointed when it closed. It was like, oh, didn't see that one coming.
Look at the name of the restaurant, Johnny Garlic's.
Yeah.
Hello.
You want to hear? I bet you haven't heard this, Patrick. The funny Guy Fieri story. Okay, first of all, I'll go
I
back.
got 3 minutes.
All right, I'll go back. The Sammy Hagar, Guy Fieri came out, and here's my friend, and he was hanging out and everything. And then they brought him back out later for the bow, and Guy was, you could visibly see it in his face. He was trash.
Yes.
He wasn't gonna make it much further. So Patrick, you'll like this story. So when I was down in the Bay Area, there's a Ferrari dealership in Marin, which Marin is where Sammy Hagar has his house, and Robin Williams used to live, and guys from Metallica had their homes there.
Now, Robin's still hanging around down there, isn't he?
Yeah, Robin Williams Tunnel is still there.
I was
dead,
making a death joke, but hey.
He's dead.
Yeah.
Come on.
I was making the joke.
It's not a good joke. All right.
It was a fantastic joke.
That's strike two,
like-
bro.
Just like Cobain riding shotgun. They're amazing jokes.
Anyhow,
And they can't drive 55.
Anyhow, so Guy Fieri has his Lambo in the Ferrari dealership in Marin, which is right off the freeway. It's really cool. It's right there. You can see it. He's got it in there for service or something. And they've got to call Guy and tell him that, hey, your Lambo's been stolen. And it was like a 18-year-old kid that climbed in through the vents, got in, didn't know that it was Guy Fieri's Lambo, just grabbed a Lambo. It happened to be Guy's. And he took it and drove it for a month, 30 days. This guy drove Guy Fieri's Lambo around the Bay Area. And they couldn't.
How do you get away with that for 30 days?
Right? And I'm sure.
Whoa.
I sure when it hit the news, all his buddy was like, you got to do something about that car. Get it out of here right now.
I mean, how are you going to name your kid Guy?
Yeah. Well, I'm not a fan of Guy Fieri, by the way. But,
His dad was stoned. Yeah, it's a guy. He's a guy.
we sure hope he turns out that way.
He's a guy.
He's from California.
We live in Flavortown, babe. He's a guy. He's a guy.
I have visited, I think, 4 or 5 restaurants that I've seen on his shows, and all of them have been really good.
Yeah, we
So
visited.
Aaron has been to Flavortown.
Yeah. We visited a place down in San Francisco. It's no longer there. This was probably 12, 15 years ago. But the dude it was a hamburger place, but he would grind the meat fresh every day. So they were as fresh
With
as
his
you could
teeth.
get. Yes, with his teeth. And then he'd regurgitate it at your table.
Mom
Anyway.
bird, baby bird.
That was the name of the place. How'd you know? You been there? No, I was like, San Francisco Joe's or something like that. I don't know. It'd been there for like 50, 60 years. Anyways, so Guy Fieri did a thing on it. And so we went down to check it out. And this guy, while it was very good, this guy had guys' pictures all over the place. We've been on diners, drive-ins, and dives and all the prices were through the roof. He was trying to capitalize on it. And it was like 4 burgers and a basket of fries. That's what we got. 4 burgers and a basket of fries. It came to $60. And that was like 2007. And I was like,
holy crap.
Yes, I'm never doing that again. Right?
It's $15 a burger.
And a basket of fries. Not even fries for each one. Just a basket for us all to share.
Wow.
I do find with some of the places that he's had on the show that the prices are a little higher than
because they're
normally
all
pay.
They're all all right. I won't get political. They're price gouging. We need to fix those prices.
It's price gauging. Thank you, Dave.
Price gauging.
Price gauging. Yes.
Gauging. Bunch of
Get
idiots.
it right or pay the price.
Bunch of idiots.
Gauging.
Well,
Bunch of idiots.
I do have to go, or I might not be married anymore.
He's got another show to go to.
No,
And I gotta pee.
You both know my wife is found her biological dad 3 years ago, and we're gonna meet some of that family today. Later today.
Don't be throwing that crap. If you just want to leave, just tell us you got to leave. Don't be playing the violin.
So
I'm not getting involved because I got to see your wife. So
okay,
I'm not getting involved.
Okay,
I'm in Kentucky, so I'm safe.
For now, we're coming to Kentucky next year. So
I'll burn it down.
And in 2026, we're going to be coming to Kentucky probably permanently.
Aaron's looking at getting a trailer right next to yours, Patrick.
Yes.
Nice. I will definitely crap on his lawn. Me, myself, and Irene style.
All right. With that, we'll bail out. Aaron.
Happy trails.
Happy trails, Patrick. See you later, brother.
Go on, get.
Go on, get.